I never met the man, but he's a champion in my book.
He's the best.
Whoa. Carlos.
Okay.
Carlos is the best.
Okay, audio is working now. We are going to transition over in just a second because the only way to test it is while you're streaming, which is...
I'll check it for you in the bathroom.
Okay.
No, it just started, Steven. We're good.
What?
It just started working. We're good. I don't know why it wasn't connecting a minute ago. I literally didn't change anything, but now it's working. So here we are. Cool. Hello, everyone.
Gotta hate when that happens.
Right?
Sorry.
Hello. No, you're all good. You're all good. Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Story Told. I'm the host of The Story Told, Logan. In a moment, I'll introduce Jarn. I just wanted to let you know that we are happy to be here. This is our Fabula Ultima AP stream for quarters 3 and 4 of this year, kind of starting a new programming with that. Please be sure to check out our episodes. We are proud members of the D20 Radio Network, as well as partnered with Fool's Moon Entertainment. In addition to that, we are affiliated with FanRoll Dice, My Metallic Dice Games. Enter the code STORYTOLD10 into your order to receive 10% off. And with that, I will transition over to our amazing GM, Jarn.
Oh, whoa. Amazing GM. Where's this guy? I've never heard of this dude. Hi, everybody. I am just Jarn. I do good for myself as a GM. No, I'm actually, I'm a GM. We've been hosting these games for the last 4 sessions, which is actually really amazing. Have a great group of players here to really, again, enliven the story and make it come to life for all of you. And you can find me on Blue Sky, Just Jarn, or Instagram. But I'm going to toss it over to the real hero of our story, Carlos.
Oh boy!
You saw Benji come through when he's all smiling.
Oh, hi, my name is Carlos. Play Benji, and you can find me on Instagram __ king with no crown __. Okay. Do I pass it on to somebody else?
Yes.
Pass it to Sunny.
Hi. Okay, it's me. Hi, I'm Sunny. I got my nails done. Aren't they nice? You can find me on Blue Sky at Ferret of the Forest. And I know I don't look like a ferret, but I promise I have ferret tendencies, so it's cool. And I'm going to pass it over to Ryland.
Hi, I'm Rylan, playing the part of Amelia tonight. I am Perpetual Problem Causer, and I hope to be causing ever more so. And I'm happy to be here.
All right. So, from where we last left off, you are making your way in towards Kirkbray, which is specifically the location of where Amelia's, the people that are familiar to Amelia, and Amelia is familiar with, happen to be located. Specifically, making their way, the group was making its way towards Old Mel's shop, for the simple fact that, something terrible has happened. As you approach the shop, several thugs out, meandering about the workshop, attempt to stop you. In doing so, we had one of the greatest lines ever told in this game, any game, all the games, the greatest line ever, which is, does anybody remember? I will give you a fabulous point if you remember. Anybody remembers the line? But you have to say it exactly as it was, because it was amazing. Nobody remembers the line?
I mean, I do. You've been clowning on me the whole week about it. 2 weeks about it. Just don't implicate yourself in dumb murder.
Fabulous point. You got a fabulous point.
Yeah, take it up
perfect.
to 5.
Don't touch.
But so as we turn our attention, we are going to be looking at the workshop, which I have here. I think I have here somewhere here. I'm pretty sure it's here. Right. And let me put this up. Do apologize. Just setting up the mood as it is. The small studio is filtered through with all sorts of bits and baubles, tools that are hung, some kind of left strewn upon work tables. And for the most part, had it been that you weren't worried that someone would have been, ill fortune would have fallen someone, you would assume that this person was already unfortunate. Just the simple fact that everything is just disarrayed, thrown about. But for the most part, the person that is here probably knows where each tool, each item is at. As Amelia steps in, looking around, Amelia, you're going to notice, again, you'll notice that things are off. Like, things were tousled about, people were searching, looking for things, perhaps trying to pawn or confiscate a few things for themselves. But there is a certain sense of methodicalness to this disarray, and for you quickly realize it because, again, the time that you have spent with Mel had been enough time for you to realize this individual. What does old Mel mean to Amelia?
Old Mel was the woman that took her in when Amelia had quite literally nothing and no one, fresh on the streets and just a little bit lost. She's a dear friend, a mentor, the one true solace in the unknown of the tides of the world. She's safety in all that encompasses a stable house and a warm hearth.
As Amelia investigates, nothing seems to really jump out, denoting as to where old Mel may have been taken. But that doesn't mean that there isn't something to be found there. At this point, what would you all like to do in order to try to discover old Mel's location or whereabouts? Is there anything you would like to do? Investigate, look further. Also, there's a couple of thugs in the back out there that I think you guys beat up.
So Dee is going to check for up in the corners of the room for any kind of like cameras or surveillance to see if maybe there was any way that things were recorded to be able to go back through.
I'm going to say go ahead and do Insight is going to be the main attribute. DL is going to be 13. And then I'll let you choose what the other attribute is going to be. And kind of explain how that attribute's going to help you in searching for a camera within Kirkbrae of all neighborhoods.
It's going to be Insight Might, and the reason that it's Might is because she has to like move furniture and chairs and things to be able to stand up on them to look in specific places from certain angles.
All right, go ahead and roll it, and let's see, what did I say?
Nah, missed it by 1. So,
You can push with a bond with a Fabula point.
yeah, I'm gonna
correct.
push.
And I do apologize, real quick. Everybody should, if you have 0 Fabula points at the start of a session, you gain 1.
Okay. Well,
And so you definitely can spend a Fabula point to push using a bond.
yeah, I'm gonna push using a bond with Amelia. She doesn't trust her, so she wants to get this information to be able to like see for sure if she's even telling the truth or if this is a setup.
Awesome. So, what we're going to go ahead do... Oh, do you have your... Yeah, you should have... Do apologize, Sunny, real quick, just because this keeps track. So a really cool thing on Foundry is that it keeps track of when you spend Fabula points, and so your character sheet at the end, because remember, in a game of Fabula Ultima, if you use more Fabula points, you get more XP by the end of the game or end of the session. So what we're going to do is on your chat on the right hand side, this is for Sunny, you can actually right click on the skill that you just used. If you right click on it, it should pop up a little menu that says invoke bond to push, invoke trait to reroll, etc., etc. And in this case, you can go ahead and click invoke bond to push. You go ahead, pick the bond that is best, the one that you had actually mentioned, which is mistrust with Amelia. There you go, perfect. Now that takes into account the Fabula point that was used, so later on it's much easier than me having to do math, and you don't want me to do math. That's horrible.
Nobody wants to do math.
Oh no, but there are people that are well equipped for it. I am not one of those people.
Nor am I.
Nor me. And I'm going into a STEM career degree.
But you're going to see that D begins to move around the room, investigating corners, locations that just seem out of the way, places where something could be hidden. It's almost as though anybody watching D sees her. You would kind of gaze at her and just kind of wonder what she was up to. And you wouldn't expect to find anything like a camera with electricity within Kirkbray. Just for the simple fact that, again, they have to use rudimentary forms of resources in order to be able to produce any sort of energy. And yet, you'll see that D looks up at a rafter and kind of looking at this, eyes it for a moment, and notices this small creature scuttling by. It looks almost like a small, not invisible, but like very pale spider. D reaches for it and realizes that the spider is actually not a living creature. Rather, it's a mechanical construct put together, and clearly it has a camera upon it.
I found this. How do you work it? We can probably find out where they are if there's recorded information on this. And she shows it to the group, but she looks pointedly at Benji like, you have used technology in front of me, so
Actually, so Benji will go ahead and look at the little device. He's like, I can see if I can connect this to the goggles that I have, and then project what's on from the goggles onto the wall so everybody can see it.
I love the fact that Benji is dressed like he belongs in Kirkbray, but he's very technologically savvy. This Benji has style. All right, Benji, for you, it's going to be Insight is going to be one of the attribute rolls. DL is going to be 10. I'll let you choose what the other attribute is going to be in order to do this.
Go with willpower.
Got to show off a bit. I see what it is.
Come on, Benji, come on.
It's only showing off his CCCs on the first turn, which he does. Congrats.
Woo!
Nice.
So Benji grabs a device. He pulls out this little wire from his goggles, pulls it out, connects it to this little spider, puts on the goggles himself to see if he can go ahead and maneuver it just by being able to look at it, kind of like a little X-ray vision, right? Just to just move it around. And then all of a sudden he's like, I think I have something. And then he looks over at a blank wall, and he projects an image.
So the image that starts to play is that of Old Mel. You'll see that Old Mel is sitting at her workbench, looking over some of the odds and oddities that she has, probably working on her next big project. With that, you see that she turns around, and you'll see that several armed individuals step in. Clearly, though, these are not thugs off the streets. These are Nostrand security detail kind of coming in, well equipped, well armed. You see that Old Mel kind of looks up at them and looks towards a person who's off camera. At this point, she says, I have never heard of such a. You see that she stops for a moment. That's not how that would work. No. Clearly you don't understand it. At this point, you'll see that she seems to argue with this person that's off camera, the guards kind of moving closer towards her, some actively trying to, stop their impulses to take action, seeing that old Mel might become a threat. And then you see that the person steps into the camera. You're going to see this young woman adorned in a dress, black hair that falls behind her. She seems to have almost like this Victorian appeal to her. She even has ribbons in her hair, and I'm going to make that a fact. She comes out, and you see that this young girl is there, and she says, Now, old Mel. I normally don't want to come here to ruin your day, to interrupt you in doing whatever this is. But at the same time, I am being offered quite a reward if I am able to locate one of these, what do they call them again? Echoes. And I think you know exactly where the echo is at, and I believe you know exactly how to activate it. So, you have really only one of two choices. Come with us, or we'll make you come with us. You see that old Mel, true to her, the fire in her, she stands up, grabbing quickly towards a hammer and throwing it towards one of the guards. The guard gets knocked over. And then you see that the other guard raises up their weapon. Old Mel goes ahead and just punches the dude straight on, kind of sending him flying back. But at this point, you'll see that old Mel turns, and the young woman goes ahead, and you see that she has a... I just forgot the name of it. The little stars that, oh god, what are they called? The little things that you blow on them. No, the little
pinwheel.
Pinwheel. There we go. That's what I want to say. You see that she goes ahead. She pulls out a pinwheel, and in the next instance, you see that old Mel stops, and just kind of her gaze turns towards the pinwheel as it spins, and she just seems mesmerized. The guards begin to move her up, standing up again, and you see that they quickly come over, and the one that had gotten punched, almost through sheer reaction, just goes ahead and hits her at the back of the head with the butt of his gun. You see that old Mel slumps onto the ground, falling like a sack of potatoes. And at this point, you'll see that the young woman goes ahead and says, So you chose the hard way. Very well. Come, carry her body. Let's make most use that we can out of her. And then afterwards, we don't need her anymore. And you see that the young woman turns to the camera and looks at it as though perhaps she knew that it was always there. And you see her face, and you see that her eyes are wide. You see that she's in her early 20s, again, dressed in a Victorian attire. And you'll see that she has a smirk. The smirk almost seemingly, malevolent for the best part. And so they go ahead and begin to walk out, the guards following thereafter, and you see that the spider, the video kind of cuts off, and that's the end of that. What do you do?
Oh, that's no good.
Does anyone know who she is?
Yeah. Benji looks over to Amelia and be like, you know Mel, so do you know who that other person was? And what they possibly could have wanted with her?
Sharon, am I allowed to say yes?
You are definitely allowed to say yes. And on top of that, if you want to, you can actually do a roll. DL for you is going to be 7. It's going to be insight. I'll let you choose what the other attribute's going to be, and it'll dictate how much information in regards to this person that you know.
Why, sure.
I have a question after this moment too, Jordan.
And I would like to use a trait to reroll it. And I'm going to use my origin trait of Kirkbride to reroll that one willpower. That'll do it.
All right.
It took you a moment.
For the audio listeners, that is up from a 5 to a 14.
All right, so who this person is. One of the Dallin siblings. The Dallin siblings are individuals who came into power within the Crying Valley, which is the more dilapidated portion of town wherein the people struggle to survive. This would actually be commonly referred to as the slums, although that name has already been taken by another section of Emir, and so people want to be original in their naming of the neighborhoods. They don't want to call it all slums. But the Dallin siblings came into power over the years. Apparently, their mother had been one of the bigger gangsters in the area, kind of crime lords. After her fall, the Dallin siblings had to kind of carve their own power within the underbelly. And so they have been able to get there. Her name in particular is Veronica Dallin.
All right, I will explain all of that to the party. Essentially, she's the matriarch of a very powerful gang organization here. We would be wise to go about this cautiously.
So those thugs outside were a part of her organization?
Ooh, good
I
call.
would imagine, though they weren't immediately visible with their insignias. Typically, they have some form of signifying style, whether color or a patch on a jacket.
Well, the people that were with her looked like they were from the labs.
What exactly does Mel do here?
A tinkerer, an inventor. She fixes things up, makes new things, remakes old things into more useful things. In Kirkbride, there's always need of somebody with her skills. A fixer, a tinkerer, a repairman.
So it could be possible that she's probably building something for them, or creating something for them, or has something that only she can possibly fix or repair.
It sounded an awful lot like they were just after the Echo things.
Jarn, I have a question for you. With my psychic gift of clairvoyance, where it says when an NPC becomes your focus, do they have to physically be there, or can I be seeing this and get like some kind of clairvoyant vision from them?
They need to be with insight.
Okay, cool. Then I am refraining from commenting at the moment.
Where's the
Alright.
nearest lab?
The nearest laboratory? It'd probably be in the power station or near the power station, where we do everything by gaslight here, for the most part. Gaslight and steam power. We disconnected ourselves from the power grid other than the area that we're in now. And
There has to be somebody nearby that could possibly know where these labs are.
Perhaps
Should we venture out?
Perhaps we track down one of her ill-begotten miscreants and force it out of them.
Well, we have a whole pile of them outside.
we do. And everyone knows where they're headquartered. When the lower class cannot get proper assistance from the ruler class, they go to the gang. That's how it works here.
Well, then I guess we're going outside again.
Oh no, that didn't go so well last time.
All right, you got me on your side.
Although I do imagine that us going to her would be a surprise.
She's not expecting us.
She's looking for us, I think, right?
Well, she said that she was after the echoes and a reward, and Mel might have something to do with that. The way that it was talked about, she might have knowledge into this.
She might have knowledge because I got the information for this past job from her.
All right, we need to go outside. That's it. We have to save this Mel.
I would appreciate it.
If she's important to you, then she's important to us. Let's go get Mel.
So we're going to a gang leader's den. Perhaps we should.
Sounds like it.
So perhaps we should supply ourselves a little bit better. Find some potions, perhaps some armor. Maybe hire hire an underling or two. Bombs, perhaps. Poison gas.
Bombs.
Bombs.
Bombs and poison gas and Molotov cocktails, you know, the usual.
We don't necessarily have to use it, but if she sees it on us, she might be somewhat more reluctant to open fire.
Benji just looks at Luca with a smile on his face and be like, whatever you say.
I mean, if you're after chaos and destruction, there's a system of steam pipes that work underneath the city streets that we could back up and make explode. Let's not!
I didn't say we throw said grenades or poison gas, but if she sees it on us...
She'd take us out before we're too close.
Yeah, I feel like that's just instigating more violence.
I have an idea.
I don't suppose waving a white flag of parley would work.
It might.
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
All right, Benji.
There's 4 of us. I'm pretty sure there's 5 of them outside. Maybe we could just take their uniforms. And maybe they'll stay.
Very true.
And then maybe we could disguise ourselves as part of their gang, and that way nobody would really know who we are. They'll just suspect that we're part of the team.
I just want to pause here for a moment and tell
It is an
everybody.
idea.
I love Benji. I love Benji.
Benji's great.
That's probably the best idea we've had.
Now, are they dressed the same way as the people that were in the room in the video?
No.
No, they're dressed like ruffians, where the other people were wearing suits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Perfect. They wouldn't even pay attention to if they look higher up, then they pretty much don't care what the lower people, their inferiors, look like. They don't care. They might not even know who works for them.
I have a different idea, but it's similar to yours, Benji. You gave me the idea. She doesn't necessarily know what we look like, does she? Otherwise, she would have been coming after us. It's not exactly like we've laid a low profile.
Pretty sure they know that it's 4 of us.
Sure, but perhaps we simply sign up to join her gang.
I was thinking the same thing.
I do live here. There's a non-zero chance someone does recognize me.
Is that something to worry about?
Maybe. Probably.
Have you ever considered bleaching your hair?
It's blonde.
Bleaching it more.
I want to have hair.
I'm sorry.
A wig.
Oh, bleach it more.
I'm blonde.
Okay, even if we sign up, we still have to look like ruffians. Let's grab their clothes. I'm sure one of them has a helmet or a hat. We can cover up your face. When we walk in with ruffian attitude. Whatever that is.
That's perfect.
John,
It's so perfect.
With ruffian attitude.
With a ruffian type vibe.
Now that's what I want on a
is there-
t-shirt. That's what I want on a t-shirt, with ruffian attitude.
With ruffian attitude.
I need to write that one down. 1 second.
Oh, I got you. I'm writing it down.
You guys are funny.
And it has to be like in a beautiful cursive script or something. Something like really
Oh my God.
obnoxious.
Beautiful cursive strip. There's a handlebar mustache and a top hat in the suggestion of a face.
Oh God.
Ruffian attitude.
Benji doesn't. Benji's like, I am not standing around trying to figure out. I'm going to take action. He goes outside and he grabs. He grabs
stripping these 5 grown men from the street.
No, I'm grabbing them and bringing them inside.
Okay, Luca,
Dee helps. She goes and she helps pull people in.
Luca will help with that.
So, Benji, as you're taking your steps outside,
Yes.
as you actually start making your way outside, deciding again, taking into consideration that action is required at this moment, you go ahead and leave your group behind, moving out towards the front. As soon as you step outside, you hear the call of a crow nearby, kind of turning your attention towards it. For some odd reason, your attention is drawn to it. You decide, though, like after a while, that it wasn't worth anything, and you turn back. And at this point, you're going to realize that someone is standing next to you, leaning upon the threshold, right next to the opening of the shop. You're going to see the pale white woman in her white attire, Cersei. She stands there, and you see that she has her hands crossed over her chest. She kind of looks at you for a moment, and you can see that her eye is completely white.
Oh my God.
If you went... Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
She just comes on and says, all of this can be avoided, you know. You don't have to put yourself in danger. I will be more than happy to make sure that old Mel is brought back and any wrongs undone. Just hand over the item.
Benji gets startled. Oh my God, has anyone ever told you look like a ghost? Alright. I'm not going to hand anything over because I don't have anything to hand you over. Now, danger? Lady, we've been dealing with danger for the last couple of days. So, that is something that we're not worried about. And we're going to help this person out. I don't know what you need that item for, but considering how your eye is looking at me, I'm pretty sure it's nothing good. Gonna grab the bodies.
You see that as Benji turns and walks off to go grab the bodies, you're going to see that Benji looks back for a moment in the peripheral and sees no one there. And then turning towards the body, one of the large dudes, you're going to see that she's sitting on top of him and kind of looks over towards Benji at this point. You see that she holds up her hand and she's just like, you do realize the predicament that you're in at this moment, you and your companions, right? By the way, how have you become so fond of them? It's only been a few days.
Because they've inspired me and they're everything that I believe in. That's why I'm so fond of them. And they're my friends.
Except, what about Luca? And she says this, and you see that she kind of gazes upon Benji, just like you could feel her eyes just like bearing down on you.
What about Luca?
There's something more there, I think. And sadly, the truth of the matter is that when an opponent finds a weakness, they will exploit it.
Oh my God, you really think that there's something there? Oh wait, no. There's no. Friend, just a friend. Can you please move? I need to move this body inside. You're not helping.
If you want my help, I'd be more than happy to do so. But you're right. I don't want to take up any more of your time. Anyways, Benjamin, I will be leaving you at this moment. Oh, before I go, and you see that she turns and kind of like leans towards Benji, and she has like this really cruel smile playing upon her face. Your search shouldn't take that long. If you head straight towards Namu, you will find the Dalins there.
Straight towards
And
Namu.
And with that, you see that she goes ahead. She leans back. She raises up her hand, and you go and you turn, and you're like, again, looking to like move bodies in, get things going. And the next instance, you're going to see that there's nothing, no one there, just you and the bodies.
God, that's so creepy. All right. So Veggie's grabbing the bodies, and as he's pulling the bodies inside, do I need to roll for that action to pull them inside or no?
The might doesn't matter to me because that is just time. You know, if you have time and conviction, you'll get things done. But I do need a willpower attribute check. The DL is going to be 10, just for the simple fact that there was a murder at the front gate, and people are going to be noticing that.
So willpower.
If you want to choose that second willpower, for sure, DL is going to be 10. A 7 isn't going to make it. Would you like to? Do you have a Fabula point you can spend? Would you like to spend a Fabula point?
Do it.
More points spent means more level.
That's true too. Invoke trait to reroll. That's the invoke trait to reroll, right?
Correct.
All right. Let's do Game Brain. Willpower 6. Confirm.
You can do it up to 3 times.
I only have one.
Yeah, but hold on. And I do apologize. Let me go ahead and remove that for you because the thing is that you have 6 on one willpower die and the other one is a 1. You might want to reroll the 1 instead.
Oh, okay.
Let me go ahead.
I already put it back. Let's do.
Go ahead. Yeah, invoke trait to reroll and reroll the 1, not the 6.
Okay.
A little bit better. Didn't quite get there. So I'm going to say that you begin, and this is with Luca's help eventually as Luca shows up, you begin to pull in bodies. You have about, I'm going to say 3 of them. Kind of you're pulling them into the workspace. But as you're turning around, going back out for trying to grab another body, that's when you're going to hear the sounds and calls and sirens of the police. The local bobbies, as they begin kind of like showing up at this point. You're still a good distance away, that they haven't seen you just yet, but you know that this is going to be causing trouble for you and your crew. What do you do?
Police are coming, and I quickly go and close. I run to the store, and I go say, "Be quiet! Don't say a thing." Shh. Closes the door. Then I run back out, and then I start to. At this point I don't have when I went to the door, let's say that I also threw my sword in there. I have no weapons. I come back out, close the door. I stand by that one body, and the police come, and I'm like, "Oh my God, officer, help me! Oh my God, this guy just came out of nowhere and attacked me. I mean, you clearly, look at him. You clearly see he is not normal. I can help. I punched him. I didn't know how strong I was, but I punched him, and he's down. Help."
Willpower attribute is going to be mine. You get to choose the other one. DL is going to be 13. Good luck.
Oh God. Your primary is willpower?
Yeah, the primary one's going to be willpower, and then you get to choose what the other one's going to be, and how you're using the approach for that. This is going to be perfect. I know it is.
Ugh.
Just as perfect as I thought it was going to be.
Ugh.
At this point, you'll see that the officer kind of looms over Benji, looking down at the bodies and then turning back towards the gate, looks over towards Benji and is just like, all right, lad, I think I know what's going on here. You're not going to do this. Quickly, boys, over here, we got another one. This one's live. He can answer questions. And with that, you're going to see several officers begin to storm the grounds, running towards you.
Hey,
Benji.
John.
Yes.
Actually,
Can I spend a Fabula point to change the story?
How would you like to change the story?
I want to be friends with this police officer. I want him to know me.
Oh,
Okay. I'm down with that.
Cool.
like, biblically,
Is there a specific way you want? No, he's a good friend. His name is now Oscar. Is there a way you want me to spend a Fabula point to do so? Oh, do you wish to use a Fabula point? I'm just gonna yes. I would like to peek through the window, see that I know this officer, and just kind of come out and be like, Officer Oscar, I promise you, that one is with me. We mean no harm. You know me.
Oscar is a older man, not too old. He's probably mid-30s. You'll see that he has like a handlebar mustache, kind of carries himself well. He is known to be a little bit more kind-hearted than the local officers for the most part. Tends to kind of go and do more charitable work in the neighborhood, and so he's kind of earned a reputation of being a golden heart. But he is known for being tough against those that would act upon the people that he adores and loves, and mostly those within the neighborhood. Old Mel is one of his more familiar acquaintances, and so by proxy, Amelia is also one of his known acquaintances. You're going to see that Oscar goes ahead and at this point is like lunging to apprehend Benji. And then as soon as you kind of interrupt, you'll see that Oscar kind of turns his attention towards you. And he's just like, Amelia, dear, just stay over there a moment. We got a real live one. This one, he's a serial killer. Look at all the death that he's been causing.
No, I promise. The people that are on the ground we suspect, mugged and kidnapped Old Mel. Any harm brought to them was purely in self-defense.
Old Mel! You see at this point that his hands clenching tightly onto Benji's clothing, trying to, again, apprehend him, kind of release, and he turns towards Amelia. Oh, wait, what does Old Mel have to do with any of this?
She was taken by, what was the name of the gang again? Hey, chat. The lady.
The Dallins?
Yeah. The Dallins came and took her. They were looking for something, and Mel didn't give it up, because you don't give up to the Dallins, unless, like, donations of food. But she was taken by them.
What? But then, what are you? What are you doing here? And what's he doing here?
We were on a job elsewhere in the city. We weren't here when it happened. We're just getting back now, for R&R. And we saw these thugs, these ruffians, just hanging about, looking like they were about to break in. And break in for a second time, maybe cause them more trouble, and we did our civic duty. And we only just found out that Old Mel is taken.
Exactly. Ruffians. Ruffian attitudes. Bad guys.
You see that Oscar goes ahead, kind of turns his attention back towards Benji, and he gives Benji this crossed look, just like he does not like Benji. And he's just like, if I had to find out you had anything to do with this laddie, you're going to wish that you weren't born on a Wednesday. And at this point, he turns back towards Amelia, and he's just like, all right, I want to believe you. I really do. And at this point, by the way, you hear the other bobbies kind of start coming up. You'll hear whistling, like the sounds of whistles playing off, and the call of alarm. And you'll see that Oscar is there, and he has a hesitation. He wants to believe you 100%.
We have proof.
I'm going to need you guys to do a group check. This is going to be willpower. I'll let you choose what the other attribute's going to be. And whoever wants to be the lead on this, feel free to be the lead.
I feel like I'm lying, so I'll take the lead. So I'll do willpower. What did you say the difficulty check was? Just 10?
DL for the group is going to be 7, and for you specifically is going to be 10.
Okay.
I'm doing willpower insight.
Willpower.
So it's willpower. DL for everybody else is 7. DL for Amelia is going to be 10.
Oh, we're all doing willpower.
Yep.
Oh,
That's a group check.
My bad.
Do we click on support group check?
If
Yeah,
it
you
works,
can-
yes.
You can click on support group check.
I got an 11.
Very nice.
I got a 9.
10.
That's fine. That passes. 10 passes. All right, so you're gonna get +3 on Amelia's roll. Technically,
Alright, so-
group checks should be at 10, but I don't think it's gonna be that hard to try to convince him. And Amelia's just trying to soften this poor Oscar up.
So I just
Oscar
hit
the Bobby.
roll group check.
Yeah, if anything, if I don't know if the modifier comes in, but if it doesn't, just remember to add +3 because you did get 3.
14,
And you succeed.
15, 16, 17. 17 total.
You see that Oscar kind of looks at you for a moment, Amelia, and he's just like, "All right, lass. Now, I don't want to know what any of this trouble is, but as long as old Mel's is endangered, fine. You and your friends are good. You can continue. Just if you get yourself further into trouble, there's nothing I can do, and I won't be able to stop all these individuals." And he points towards the other cops that are like coming and covering the grounds from taking actions against you. But go with the fortunes. Go find old Mel. Bring her back.
Of course. I'll bring her back safe as I can. And
And then
you.
he quickly pivots, turns towards Benji, and shoving this like sausage finger into Benji's chest, he's like, "And if anything happens to her, young man, oh, you're not going to want to be alive. Now go."
I will go, but also I was born on a Saturday.
Don't antagonize the cop. Come on,
Come
Benji.
You see at this point that Oscar begins to call up, and he's like, "Boys, look, there's something over here." And he starts like moving in an opposite direction from you guys, giving you a chance to exit.
Oh, that was a close one.
You're welcome.
You're the best.
What did I specifically say when we were coming up this way and we saw those first 2 dead bodies? Do not implicate yourself in the murder.
Didn't. But you know
You
what?
just did.
It's a
Don't
good
implicate yourself in the murder.
In the murder.
It's the murder. Yes, the tinge of New York.
Help me pull this guy in, and let's go with the plan that we said.
If you want people are hanging their clothes out to dry, we can steal some of theirs.
Well, where's the fun in that?
A lot
So I'm
more
gonna-
than taking a dead man's clothes.
So I'm going to say that if you guys, I'm going to say that if you guys spend 1 IP each, you can assume that you have picked up like articles of clothing from the individuals laying about, of which you can adorn yourself in order to hide your appearance.
I have no.
You're going to be
When I-
looking.
I have no IP left.
Well, yes,
I'll be.
I can pay for him, but I would have no IP after this.
I have 6, so I can use it for all of us.
I have
Awesome.
3. I can use some of it if you don't want to spend all of it.
That's all right. I can have 2 left.
Okay.
All right, so that means that you guys are definitely gonna have to consider shopping because you need at least 4 IP to be able to cause a rest scene to be able to heal up and patch yourselves up, which kind of something you might want and need at this moment. But you know, c'est la vie. Who am I? What do I know?
I'm not doing so great, but everybody else is.
How do we get IPs again?
Shopping. It's actually
it's like early morning, right?
no. It's actually
No.
in the evening. Yeah, it's late. It's in the evening, turning to night.
Yeah, we can pick up some last minute supplies as we go about. Right. I feel like stores are just closing up. They want to do their last sales.
Well, I know who I'm bringing along. Let's go, Amelia.
Yeah, I
Sure
can
they
show
do.
you the best bakeries. They should be throwing away their stock right now. They want to get rid of it cheap.
All right, so you guys are actually going to pass by. Oh, sorry. I know that we had named it Shelley Street in order to see if there's vendors there to buy and sell.
Yeah, that sounds like a smart idea for us.
All right, I'm gonna need a travel check from the group. 1d12.
I don't suppose anyone has Wanderer and has taken a feat that reduces that dice.
Wanderers, that's like, you mean like a skill?
Wayfarer.
It's Wayfarer. Yeah, it's my bad.
Where's
It's like a class.
travel check?
Oh, just / in the chat in the bottom, /r space 1d12. And hope for the best. Cross your fingers.
I'm sorry, what was it again?
/r space 1d12. Ooh, good job,
I
D.
always-
No worries. I only needed 1.
Oh. Well, mine was nothing.
Better. Yours was better.
Yeah, yours was better.
So travel
What about
checks.
that?
Yeah, travel checks. Just to let you guys know. Normally, when you're moving across maps or if you're doing dungeons in Fabula Ultima, there's no need to actually have like a full-on dungeon map where you're keeping track of every step that you take. Normally, you have scenes, and then you can navigate between those scenes. In order to have a sense of randomness, you'll normally have travel checks, and the travel check, again, if you roll a 1. Is like something wonderful happens. You have a great encounter. You find treasure, something amazing. Anything between 2 and 5, nothing really happens. You guys are safe. Anything above 6 is something horrible is going to happen. So on a D12, you can see how big the gap is. Something really bad happening. So thankfully, both of you rolled really low. I only needed 1, but anyways, we're good with that.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
Your steps fall upon the cobbled streets that line Kirkbrayer. You go ahead and you'll see that the buildings pass by. Again, a chill comes upon you as you're moving through the alleyways and the streets. Long shadows are cast, and the nearby torches offer a little illumination to kind of shield away from the blanket darkness that has covered the world. At this point, you turn following D. D, what is it specifically that attracts you to Shelley Street?
Shelley Street, just the way that it starts is very like metropolitan for as run down as it is, and there are definitely shops and restaurants. Well, not quite restaurants, more like dive bars, but it's definitely, there's commerce there, and also there's a lot of people even still, so it's a good way to like blend into the crowd.
Normally, you're absolutely right. During the day, Shelley Street can definitely be filled up. At this hour, though, most people that are smart try to avoid Shelley Street, and most of the shopkeepers that have to close up shop try to navigate as quickly as possible and remove themselves from Shelley Street, because this is also a point where several of the gangs of Kirkbrae kind of hang out. And so, as you turn upon Shelley Street, you're going to see several stores lining the streets, each of them demonstrating or depicting their wares or their services. You're going to notice that most of them are closed. Only a few still retain any light coming from within the store, kind of demonstrating the fact that the shopkeeper is either valiant or very foolish to stay open this late. But as you're navigating the streets, you're going to notice that there are eyes all around you. People in small groups, sheltering in the alleyways or behind certain obstructions, kind of look out towards you. Individuals that you would consider unwholesome. And so at this point, you begin to make your way down the street, heading towards one of the shops. Amelia, what shop do you want to go visit?
We're gonna go visit a candy store.
I'm sorry?
We're gonna go visit a candy store.
I thought you said
A candy store.
Yeah. Don't worry. It's got another business around back.
Oh.
All right. And do you know what this candy store is called, or the proprietor?
Sweet Treat, and it is run by a woman named Madge.
I'm sorry, Matt?
Madge. M-A-D-G.
Sorry, all I heard was Matt, and all I thought about is that skit from Kylo Ren and Undercover Boss. Is like, come on, Matt, give me my bagel, Matt. Anyways,
to be fair, I thought you said a panty store, and I was very confused.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, we're bringing you to Victoria's Secret.
literally in Victorian times.
Victorian Secret, then.
What's
Victorian secret?
What's
Victorian Secret?
What's Victoria's secret? She likes AK-47s.
Normally, all the other stores are closing up. You're going to see one that kind of stands out. You'll see that outside it has several displays demonstrating the fact that it is indeed a candy store. The light inside shines, providing enough illumination that you can see just beyond the glass, the fogged up glass. You can see the treats waiting for the courageous inside, or the curious. Stepping real quick, Amelia, you begin to make your way into the building. But before you go in, everybody else, I am going to need a willpower, and I'll let you decide what the second roll is going to be. DL is going to be 10. And actually, Amelia, you jump in that one too. So everybody do a willpower, DL 10. I'll let you choose the other attribute.
Why are you sucking tonight?
Willpower.
Welcome to my world, man.
Willpower. And
I will be re-rolling that.
Go ahead and ask Rylan about my dice rolling the other night, where it was just fail.
That's bad.
This is not
There
great.
you go.
17.
It's better. 15.
17, very nice.
I'm using some new dice tonight. They're really pretty. I've had a problem. I bought like 30 new dice sets in the past month. Someone stop me, please.
This just means you're a tabletop gamer.
It's okay. All right. D, Benji. You guys have been feeling on edge this entire time. Your thoughts, you can't concentrate well enough to look with purpose upon your task at hand. At this point, you're going to see that several individuals kind of start maneuvering from the shadows, moving out, seeing this, almost your anxiety, almost for a sense of weakness, and begin to move upon the group. They keep their distance, but just the sheer fact that they're there, that they're kind of moving in before Amelia kind of ditches into the candy store, causes you both to have anxieties as you're trying to think of protecting not only yourself, but your friends as well. you are going to be suffering dazed. The door closes behind you. It's a thick oaken door, and you hear the ringing sound of a bell going off. You'll see that inside you see all sorts of items and confectionery kind of laid out for the clients or clienteles that would walk in. Each shelf has some arrangement of candies and items, whimsical little tchotchkes, and bits and bobs that are kind of laying around. The entire store smells what the inside of a bag filled with popcorn, marshmallows, cotton candy, and whatever other candy that you love would probably smell. At this point, you'll see that the woman, Madge, she seems to be in her 20s. She wears a Victorian dress as well. Hers, though, is more function than form. And you see that she looks at you. Her hair is pulled up into a braid, but you see that her hair kind of hangs out over it. You see that she has a fiery look in her eye, and as soon as you guys step in, you'll see that she produces immediately a massive axe, and she just like looks and says, "You're only here for shopping, right?"
Just
Oh,
shopping.
Amelia, it's you again.
Hi.
Told you we need to bring her.
Did you find
know.
yourselves? Are you in cahoots with these? And kind of looks over towards the two anxious individuals as well as Luca.
I am. It's the first time around the city. I'm showing them all the sights, and your store is top of the list. Well, second. I had to admittedly go home first.
You see that she goes ahead and cocks her head back, and she goes, "At this hour of the night, Amelia, I'm not an idiot, honey. I'm not an idiot.
I know.
But come, welcome." And she kind of walks over towards you, and you see that she drops her weapon down, and she goes ahead and scoops you up for an embrace. Again, she smells like ginger at this point. Like she just has like this aroma of candies and confectionery that just kind of follows her. It's almost like every time you take a whiff of the air around her, it just changes the flavor. And at this point, she's just like, "You have not gone taller, no, and you haven't really grown all that much either. But I didn't expect
you saw
you to."
me 2 days ago. That would be expected.
This is just practice. Like that, when time passes, I can be ready. I can be prepared.
Of course.
Who are your friends?
Of course. So new friends. We got Benjamin, prefers Benji. Call him Benjamin anyway, just to see him be annoyed. We have Luca. And then of course we have D. No last name given.
Luca gives
Safer that way. You know the rules.
Luca gives a very formal bow. Like very formal.
D just kind of like does a chin nod and acknowledgement, just like.
And Benji just waves. He just goes, "Hi, don't call me Benjamin."
You see that
Benji. It's fun to see him mad.
Madge goes ahead, and you see that she goes ahead, and she provides a smile, and it's a very elated smile, a little mirthful smile. And she looks upon Benji, she nods, she looks towards Luca, she goes ahead and doesn't really know what to do as he gives a polite bow. At this point, she tries to mimic it, but it kind of comes off bad, and so she just accepts that. She just kind of nods towards Luca, and then she turns towards D, and she just looks at D for a moment. "You want... Oh, I know exactly what you want." And she kind of runs over towards one of the shelves, and you see that she picks up a box with jelly beans of questionable flavors and runs over towards D. "You need this more than you think. Here you go. It's on the house."
Thank you. And she does take the box.
No.
Of course. Anyways, Amelia, what is that I can help you then with?
Well, admittedly, I was missing your lollipops, and I would like to have a grape one if you have any in stock. But also, we need some replenishment, and I figured your candy was the best way to do so. Also, if you have any sort of downstairs stuff, we could take a look at it, please.
The secret stash in the sweet treat.
Other weaponry. She also deals with.
She cocks an eyebrow for a moment, and she looks at you and she says, "You could just say armory.
Yeah, it's more fun if
You-
we're secretive about it.
You make me sound terrible." She turns towards her group and she's like, "I hope she speaks very well of me." Anyways, of
Only
course.
nice things.
To be
I
honest,
promise.
To be honest, she didn't say much other than that you were a friend.
Gosh.
But
We
you
you-
see
usually
that she
get
looks
to know each
towards-
other beforehand.
She goes ahead, looks towards Luca, and then turns and gasps, looking towards Amelia. She goes, "Just a friend. Okay, fine. Let's go."
My favorite candy maker on the street.
if I may, any friend of Amelia's I implicitly trust. Her word goes a long way with me. I trust that her calling you friend means that she speaks highly of you. Forgive any offense I may have caused.
He is very polite.
He is. I'm going to get him to swear eventually.
I swear.
Anyways. Madge goes ahead, and you see that she runs up towards the door, and she begins to close up all the locks. And with that, you'll notice that she goes and maneuvers towards the store, taking out any of the light sources, kind of dampening the light within the shop. She turns towards you and she says, I just don't want, just in case anyone should wander in while, we're within the armory. But nevertheless,
Thanks.
can never be too careful. Anyways, come, follow me. She turns towards Dee and she goes, "By the way, dear, are you going to try one of those? Trust me, they will change your life forever."
I see. Well, far be it from me to be rude. And she opens up the box to look at the jelly beans inside, just examining them first before she goes to take any bites.
The yellow ones are the best.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you're going to take a jelly bean, roll a d20.
Okay. The 20 /R space 1d20. Got it. Meh.
So, this has the taste of a cherry blossom. It is very flagrant. It has a very nice aroma to it. It eases and calms you. At this point, if you have any status effect, you can remove one status effect from your character.
Okay. Woohoo. I'm
Looks like
not
Dee has a
dazed
lot of them.
anymore. Oh no, most of them are because I'm in crisis. I have buffs.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
And so you'll see that Madge goes ahead, leads you down into her cellar towards what she would call the armory. There's nothing special about this room. It's not as large as her shop where the candy is located at, but it is underground. And so she has to pick up a lantern and kind of lead you down the stairs. The thick oak door that kind of hinders passage into the room itself, in the chamber itself, she quickly maneuvers towards it, pulling out a key from her dress, and she goes ahead and unlatches several locks. The door goes ahead and swings open, and she allows you in. As you look, you can see all arrangements of armaments and armors, as well as several displays of accessories that would be laying there. You'll see that she has all sorts of items here. She stops for a moment, turns back towards the lot of you, and she says, "Amelia knows this. Sadly, selling candies doesn't make enough money within this world. as you know, Nostrand would love to run me out of my candy business, and so I've had to adapt. But you're more than welcome to anything in here. Feel free to go ahead and peruse.
He walks over and stands next to her and goes, "You're very good at making candy."
You see that she goes ahead and just lays a careful hand on Dee's shoulder, and she says, "Wait till you find the golden jelly bean. It's going to revolutionize your life. But I won't tell you where to find it, and you're not going to be able to spot it easily, but trust me, it's going to be amazing." And so at this point, she goes ahead and allows you guys to peruse her shop. So, since this is the first time we're doing a shop scene, you guys can spend Zenits in order to buy IP points. The Zenit cost for IP is going to be 10 Zenit per IP. So, while you're here, something you can do is spend enough Zenit to buy a few IP, and then you can use the IP to purchase or to turn into remedies or elixirs to heal yourself up. Or if you're planning on setting up for a tent or a rest scene, so you can start creating bonds or further developing bonds, you just need the 4 IP, and you don't have to worry about spending more money because the rest scene will go ahead and recover all of your statuses and remove all of the status effects.
I'm pretty full.
So I only have. How much is a remedy in Zenit?
Remedies, you don't buy remedies in Zenit, you buy IP. A remedy is going to be 3 IP.
I only have 2.
You can buy IP with Zenit, which you should have.
And the conversion is, for her store, is 10 Zenit for IP.
Okay. So I will spend 40 Zenit to restore myself back up to 6.
And so, again, the question I always ask is, do you guys want to do a rest scene? If you do, you can create bonds, but you need to have someone have 4 IP, and we'll need to spend those 4 IP to create the rest scene. That will recover you, heal you completely, and you'll have a chance to actually RP and create bonds with the other characters. Otherwise, you can, do it without the rest scene, and all you're doing is buying the Zenit or spending the Zenit to buy the IP in order to purchase, let's say, a remedy, and then spending the Zenit again to purchase more IP to kind of fill yourself up.
I'll spend 4 IP and then buy those 4 IP back to do a rest.
Well, if you spend the 4 IP, you don't get those back. You won't be able to buy those back. That's like a whole scene change and things move on. So if you want to, you can do that. But everybody else can buy their Zenit or their IP and at least be stocked up on IP.
I have 6, so if you need coverage, I could probably get you covered for the next time.
Yeah, okay. I just bought my IP, so absolutely. If we want to rest, we can rest. It kind of saves the IP points for elixirs.
And also I need to heal. Sorry, what was that, Carlos?
Can I buy a remedy before we rest?
So remedies can just kind of manifest when we're not in combat, I think, or can in combat too.
No, it can definitely manifest anywhere at any point as long as you have the IP to spend it. The thing though is that if you go ahead and create a remedy right now, it's not going to help you because you're going to be healing anyways. So you might as well just keep it as IP. IP, all it is a very fun, quick, streamlined version of an inventory system by saying, hey, all you need to do is, like, if you need something, an item, then you probably need IP, expenditure of IP. So like at one point you're, let's say, at trying to climb a mountain and you don't have rope, you can turn towards the GM and be like, GM, can I spend 2 IP and have the length of rope that I need? And it's like, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Remedies, elixirs, and the tonics are just kind of like the base item of the game, so that's always going to be there no matter what.
Okay. Thank you.
How much
Right,
do we go for with a rest scene?
So, since you're doing your resting, you heal everything. This is your HP, this is your MP, and you remove any status effects that you may have on your character. But resting also brings a possibility for bonds to be created. And so, you guys are going to be resting. We shall say you're going to be resting inside of Madge's shop. It's not meant to be a camp, but she goes ahead and allows you guys to stay the night, although she kind of looks around and says, don't steal anything, please. I'm going to know. And so with that, you guys are afforded some safety throughout the night in order to go ahead and rest. And so as we turn towards our adventurers, I'm going to ask the one question, and then I'm going to shut up as you guys are going to go ahead and do all the rest of the talking. What bond do you want to create with, and with whom? And just remember, bonds do not need to be reciprocated, but you definitely want to use a moment to try to get further into your character, get into your relationship with these other characters, and do some RP. So take it away.
How much is a bond again? Is that a point, Fabula point, or I'm trying to remember. I can't.
A bond you just created. So if you look at your character sheet, you're going to, you go ahead and you can create a bond. Bonds can be strengthened. So you have one bond with everybody. So at this point, you can actually create or strengthen a bond with one of these other characters. Or you can change a current bond. So, like, let's say you wanted to change your current bond with admiration with Luca, you can to inferiority. You definitely can.
Okay.
All right,
So-
you guys are up.
So Dee goes and walks over to Luca, and she kind of looks him up and down and goes, I admire the fact that you can keep your cool. You have a level head on your shoulders.
My mother would be very proud of that statement. Thank you.
It's something that'll do us good.
Well, hopefully we make it through this then.
Hopefully. And she kind of like nods at him and goes and sits down and starts kind of like tending to her wounds, like dabbing a little bit of alcohol on whatever cuts, like that kind of thing. Nothing really like insane.
Luca will actually start helping her with that.
Aw. And I build a bond of admiration with Luca.
Benji.
Go ahead, Ben. Go ahead, Ben.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Benji's sitting there next to D on the floor. And, he's also cleaning himself up, trying to just, and cleaning his sword and everything. And he doesn't look at her, but he kind of says, hey, D. I'm like, I really think that you're really cool and you've really become such a heart of the group. I've grown to care for you, and I see you like a big sister.
Aw. She kind of like affectionately punches him in the arm and goes, aw, like under her breath. But it's like, because she's strong, you kind of like move a little bit with the punch.
She bruises just a tad.
Just a tiny bruise on your arm.
He goes, he just gets moved, grabs his where he got hit by D and goes like very to the side and just goes. So Benji will be building a bond with D and will pick affection.
Amelia will rock up to this little group and be like, aw, no, ain't that cute? But in all seriousness, firstly, I am sorry for running in so impulsively to those thugs. I was more than a little concerned for old Mel. And secondly, I do want to say thank you. A lot of you for helping me tonight, tomorrow, before.
Emotions run high We all understand what that feels like.
We got your back, no matter what.
Luca nods.
Seriously.
Luca nods at that very slowly.
If Luca hadn't nodded, Dee was gonna elbow him. Just be like, be nice.
Yeah, nice.
I know. It's too quiet.
Talking about your niceness.
Benji looks over to Luca with puppy eyes, be like, he's so cute.
Because I don't have a bond to Benji yet, Luca will look at Benji and kind of tilt his head a little bit. You handled yourself well in battle. I don't know if we would have made it through without you. I admire that about you, Benji. You don't give up. Tenacity is half the battle, they say. And I will be I'll be adding admiration for Benji.
Yeah, I think in this instance, I'm adding a bond of affection with Luca in a teasing sort of way. I will get him to be less formal eventually. I'm sure I can crack him.
He just whips out an accent out of nowhere. Well, I'll tell you what, I can't stand it when they do stuff like this. I tell you.
Benji also will look at Luca and say, hey, thanks for saying all of that. I'm not quite sure what tenacity means, but but I will always be there to make sure our group survives. And then he blushes, he goes back to cleaning his sword.
When he says,
That's the exact definition of tenacity. Fantastic job for coming there on your own.
when Amelia says that, Luke is just watching Benji with his brow furrowed, like, but you defined it. Like, it's just written all over his face. Right. Okay. We're all on the same page.
Benji's special.
Oh my god, he said such a big word.
And it makes me think of Clueless. Christian was really into, well, that's why he brought her over some like an hot and Sporadicus. So real talk, when I was younger, I didn't know it was Spartacus. So for the longest time, I thought it was Sporadicus as a teenager. Because I just didn't know. And
We've all been there.
You could have gone with the Lazy Town Sporticus.
That's true.
Yeah, but it will never be as bad as the girl that was at a LARP who kept saying, is the dick to me between mine and my boyfriend's character going to be a problem? Like, the what? She goes, the dick to me.
Ooh.
I'm like, the what? And I was the GM for this LARP, and I'm like, she goes, because we're from different rival houses, and I'm like, oh, you mean the dichotomy? No, that's fine. Have a good day. I shouldn't make fun of that. That's so mean. That's so mean.
Oh!
I think that's a
winner.
She read that word first.
I'm going to say it like that from now on. A dick to me.
Dick to me? Oh my god.
Who is this person, and why can't I... Sorry, we have like a bot in the chat. Bear with me.
Okay.
How rude.
They're trying to sell cheap followers on streamboo.com.
I'll take 8.
Honestly, if you're falling for something like that, I think you deserve it.
All right, and so are there any further bonds that would like to be created, or any further RP that you guys would like to do with the characters?
RP?
Roleplay.
Blanking. Oh, got it. Nope.
Nope. Okay.
So decisive in that no.
I just nope.
How's
No,
those
we
jelly
good.
beans coming along, D?
Do you want one?
The jelly beans. You get the gold one yet?
Oh
Not
gosh.
yet. I'm rationing them. They're very good.
Right.
That one?
It makes sense
No.
for her character too that she would ration them because, like, how often does she get to have something like that?
Did you say no that you can't have one?
Yeah, no, they're hers. Get your own. She deserves the whole life-changing experience. Even missing one
My jelly bean.
changes
There,
things.
there are just those moments in GM's life where they kind of, have to like look into themselves and just ask the question, "Where did I go wrong?" That's
Well, it
That's
all-
where I'm at right
well,
now.
It all
By giving me narrative control, I can pinpoint that one for you.
It all started in 1997. It was March.
Oh.
and
It
the
started
rain
in
was out.
2001.
You're probably wondering how I
heat
got
wave.
here. We got the giggles.
Oh, goodness.
all right. So
Oh god.
Back again.
as our intrepid adventurers rest for the evening, the camera pans out and the scene changes. We are taken now to this desolate and decrepit looking building. From the outside, you can see that time has not been kind, and the building has been left almost to rot to its ruin. Only a few touches have been made in order to keep the building upright. As we descend into the building, we see several floors where individuals who live there are caught in both midst and acts of crime or criminality, and others are living there because they have nothing else that they can do in a situation that would be difficult for them to move on from, and so they must be at the whims of those who live within this building or those who operate and own it. But that's not where we stop. We continue delving deeper beneath the building itself, and at one point we find ourselves in front of an old door. This iron door stands tall, rust clinging to its edges. You can see that several mechanical gears are situated around the door, as though something is meant to make the door move. At this point, you see the young girl standing there. She has her dress, rather, I should say not young girl, but young woman. She's standing there, she has her dress, and you see that she has the pinwheel in her hand. She turns back towards her guards, and you see that old Mel is being dragged. At this point, old Mel has regained her consciousness, although she has a welt that begins to grow over her left eye. She goes ahead and coughs. You'll see that Veronica turns, looking towards old Mel. No. You're not going to get sick, or you're not going to die, and you're not going to hurt. That would be very unwise of you right now. No. We need you to open this here door. That's all you have to do. And I promise you that if you open and you succeed in doing so, we will put you right back where we found you. Do you think you can do that, Mel? You see that the old woman turns her head as it's just hanging there. Again, with little exertion and energy from her part, she tries to turn her head towards Veronica. Old Mel opens her mouth as to say something, but she goes ahead and spits at the ground. You see that Veronica goes ahead and clicks her tongue. Don't do that. Well, we don't want this long and drawn out. Very well, we shall play your way, old Mel. I, in particular, am not prone to pain, but I know several individuals who are. You will open that door, Mel. You will. And you see that the camera begins to pan up as the soldiers begin to move in on Mel, and you'll see their shadows demonstrating the fact that they are going to be taking out their anger on old Mel. As it pans up, you're going to be seeing the iron door, and here you see etched on the door for the first time what looks like the image of a deep and vast ocean, and upon the door, the silhouette of a dragon. All right, so you guys all get a Fabula point for you encountered a villain yet again, and we are going to be going back towards.
And because we rested, our HP goes to maximum, right?
HP MP goes to max. You remove all status effects. You will now get a Fabula point.
I spent 60 Zenith to refill my inventory points, by the way.
Correct. All right, so you're good there. The only person that would have been is at a loss of inventory points is going to be Amelia, because she spent the 4 in order to create the cap.
Sorry, I can't count. A headache is impeding that.
Did you take the Tylenol?
I did.
Oh.
Wait, you can't take Tylenol anymore.
You're right. Oh no, what will they do?
That's what's causing the headache.
Yeah, totally.
Sorry.
The onset of what, autism?
I couldn't resist.
Oh, I was trying so hard to resist earlier.
I mean, he's gonna disappear me soon, it's fine.
So you're going to go ahead. You find yourselves in Mad's shop. It is now morning. The only reason you know it's morning specifically, the only reason Amelia knows that it's morning specifically is because she feels someone prodding her face with like a stick or an item, and then as she begins to open her eyes, she sees several young children kind of like, why do you think she's sleeping here? Why are they all sleeping here? This is weird. And you see that Madge kind of walks over and says, just leave them alone. They're resting. And you see that the kids are like, what happens if we drop something on them? And Madge just kind of shoots this stare. And you see that the kids are like, okay, Auntie, don't worry. We'll behave. And you hear the patter of feet as they run off in the store. Madge comes around and she kind of like looks over, seeing Amelia kind of waking up, and says, I'm sorry about that, dear. I have the family over, but you're good to go. If you need anything else, we will be here.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much, Madge. And the little ones were no harm. You should be getting up anyway.
And so, with that, you all collectively get up. The morning is a little bit more refreshing. You feel much better than before, but you know that time is not on your side, as having rested means that is time that's spent looking for Old Mel. And so as you step out into the streets, the cobbled streets of Kirkbrayer, you looking around, you're going to notice that it almost seems different. Now the village, or this section of the neighborhood, I do apologize, of the city, seems a little bit different. It seems almost optimistic. You'll see these tall buildings, chimneys that cover them. You're going to see a liveliness that wasn't here in the night. You'll see several cops moving to and fro, and oddly enough, you're going to see several vehicles powered by steam, kind of just lumbering down the streets. What do you all do?
Wake up, stretch, look around, remember everything, and then make sure everybody else is awake. And if they're not, shake their foot. Just be like, come on, wake up.
I think Luca would have been up with the dawn, and he's just kind of staring out of the window.
Please get up.
Is Benji still asleep?
No.
Oh, I would have guessed he was.
No!
Sorry. No, Benji stood up, eyes open, yawning, arms stretched out. He said, "Is it time?"
As soon as he realizes that Luca is sitting there at the window, his silhouette just perfect, you'll see that Benji's just kind of like watching in admiration, just like, ah.
Luca has no idea, just like right over his head.
All right. So, what do you guys do as you step out of the store into Kirkbray in the morning? Again, the activity around you is rather overwhelming as several groups of people are traversing the road. You hear the sounds of the automobiles, the contraptions kind of moving along, and you'll see, again, gatherings and crowds moving from store to store, preparing for their day, kind of engaging in conversation and whatnot.
We should head in the direction of the Darlins. Was that the name?
Dollins, wasn't it?
I think it was Dallins. I was about to say Daleks, and I was like, no, different franchise.
Different franchise that we did not take from. Well, everyone knows where they are. I can take you right towards them. It's just a matter of what we do when we get there.
Do
We audition.
Do we know any of their weaknesses?
They're an organized crime syndicate. What weaknesses do you think they have? Probably
Money.
do.
Oh, I meant something more exploitable.
The illegal nature of it all? Taxes?
Luca stops walking, just kind of looks around the neighborhood. Right.
Oh my gosh, Luca's planning on setting fire to this entire neighborhood.
And blowing up the steam pipes that run underneath it. Buddy.
He's been wanting to do that for a while now.
So I got a question. Are we the villains? Are we the bad guys?
Are we the baddies?
How much skull imagery do we have on our persons?
What is my computer doing?
Not to say it.
So I say we go there, say that we're interested in joining the gang because we're all down and out for whatever reason, but hopefully get an audience with the ringleader.
That's exactly what I've been saying. Let's do this thing.
I am not putting on the clothes of a dead person.
Nor am I. I'd rather just steal some clothes.
Let's steal some clothes.
We were already disguised before, weren't we? No.
Yes. I don't think anybody knows what we look like, is what it is.
People know me. That's the problem.
So you're the one that needs to disguise. Everybody else is fine.
Can I just put soot in my hair or something, make it not blonde?
Yeah, you can spend an IP point in order to go ahead and create a costume in order to hide yourself as best as possible.
Yeah, for sure. I'll do that. Sorry, I've got a cat with me.
Can't you just grab dirt and mud and hit it all over your hair so that way then you change the color of your hair?
That would be a bit concerning if people are about to interview us to become thugs and someone walks in completely covered in mud. This is our friend Mud. She's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm crazy. Someone say crazy? I know crazy.
She just pulls on a knife. I just want to knife people.
I know crazy. This is my friend, the people opener. I open people with it, and occasionally cans.
And I bury their bodies in the mud.
And then I eat them.
Yeah.
I mean,
This turned really crazy.
The audience with the ringleader might be cut a bit short if we commit that hard to the bet.
Okay, so what exactly are we doing now?
We are going for an audition. I have
Got it.
disguised myself in various bits and bobs that I have taken from clotheslines of fresh washes. And we are going to audition for a spot in the crime syndicate in order to hopefully find old Mel.
Let's do this.
I need money. That's why I'm here. That's all you need to say, and usually that's enough to get your foot in the door.
I'm
We
here
can say we want to
oh,
help people too. They are in that sort of business.
I'm here to
Hi,
fix
Daddy.
the world.
Mhm.
One step at a time.
To be honest, we really do need money.
Hmm.
All right.
Noctis, this cannot be comfortable for you now. I've got him like laying on my desk on my arm partially, so he's not like totally on my keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't imagine that this is comfortable for him. He's like leaning against my chest.
He just
Very
wants to be
warm.
close to you.
He wants to be close to somebody. He's usually with my mother, but they're at a baseball game.
All right. Let me go ahead and set this up for you guys.
Are we
Noctis, I'm
getting
not
close
really
to break?
holding your place.
We can definitely take a break. I mean, we got 4 minutes till 10, so we can definitely take a 10-minute break and come back at 10:10.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So on 13 minutes. So quiet.
Ooh, I should put an exit here.
We are back on. Welcome back, everyone.
All right. So at this point, you guys are out in the streets in Kirkbray. You'll see that Amelia begins to pick up a costume so she can hide herself as best as possible. The rest of you think that you wouldn't bring that much attention upon yourself. But at this point, the thought that I have, or the question that I have, would be, what is it that you're planning on doing? Are you planning on just running up towards the Dollins and asking to join their gang? Or are you planning to try to kind of sneak into the building, see if you can find your way around and find old Mel or any trace of her? Or is there something far more, I don't want to say nefarious, Luca-ish that you're thinking of doing?
If at all possible, I would like to sneak around.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. We'll skulk around, and if we get caught, then it's, oh, we just wanted to join the gang.
Well, we're gonna pull a Cersei Lannister and burn the whole city down with dragon fire.
Let's not. Please.
Excuse me. I already called that. I said it's a Luca-ish idea. Luca-ish ideas is usually when you burn things down, whole cities, neighborhoods, just to get to something simple.
You're fine. You're right.
The shortest distance between two places is a straight line.
Or fire, dragon fire.
The quickest
Or
way to solve
fire.
your problems is a match. What?
I mean, many problems, including the problem of living, breathing, needing eat or sleep.
I'm just waiting for that happy day that Luca's going to look towards me and Logan's going to look over to me with Luca's character and just be like, how many IPs is a match?
I figure that's one, and I do have that one left. I think Luca's coming after my crown with permanent pain in your ass, John.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, I think skulking around makes the most sense.
Yep. Skulk around.
All right. You guys are going to make your way towards... Here we go. All right. As you travel through Kirkbray, you're going to notice that change. It's a change that comes on quickly. It's something that you notice. It's almost like a deterioration of the neighborhoods leading away from Shelley Street. Shelley Street, for the most part, seems to harbor kind of like the heart of the neighborhood. Anything beyond that begins to diminish in quality as well as aesthetics as well as care. And so as you begin to move into what is known as the Crying Valley, you're going to see several buildings that have been abandoned, boarded up windows, doors that are, or entrances that are barred by wooden boards across. And you're going to see a more saddened and more pathetic version of Kirkbray. As you move along, you're going to notice that people, the individuals who live here, try to stay away from you, not looking or desiring to get themselves involved with you in order to avoid any sort of trouble. Several of them, small groups, tend to linger in the shadows, almost gauging you, wondering if they could take you on. Perhaps they could steal from you, or perhaps they could manhandle you in some way in order to get your goods. But the lot of you seem strong enough that no one really takes the attempt or the challenge. You continue on. Eventually, you come to a portion where the cobblestone is no longer laid upon the road and it turns into a dirt road. Here you see that the buildings begin to look more fallen apart.
Ramshackle?
Ramshackled would have been the perfect word. I'm just having those moments, where like a word comes up and it's just like at the tip of my tongue. I'm like, I know the word, it's right there, and it's just like it takes a moment.
Brain fart.
That's what I was going to call it. I was also going to call it the Model T, which is just me trying to crank up the engine in my head. It's like clink, 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 and doesn't want to go up. So yes, more ramshackle, but you're going to notice that the buildings are far more sparse than in the previous neighborhoods. Here, you're going to notice that the road leads over to an opening, this clearing, which you're going to see several groups of individuals here. You're going to notice that these groups almost seem to be standing there watching anyone that comes nearby. Perhaps a few of them have already looked in your direction. You're going to notice that in the center of this clearing stands one tall building. Tall in terms of it's about 4 stories tall. But you're going to see that portions of the roof on top are gone. You're going to see that several of the windows are broken. You're going to see a portion of the wall missing from the building itself. Again, it looks decrepit. But amongst all that, you still see people living there, moving about in the windows, moving about in the bottom of the building. You're going to notice that around this building there are several lines of defense made or constructed by parts found from other buildings or from overturned automobiles that have been left there. You probably would find one of the newer more modern models of transportation kind of turned over and destroyed, graffitied and whatnot, but part of the obstruction to give defense to this building. Before you approach, in case you want to stealthily move about, I am going to need a dexterity. DL is going to be 13.
You guys don't want me to roll.
Are we all rolling this?
Are we all rolling this?
Everybody has to roll.
Oh, well.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I got a 13
Not
exactly.
mathematically possible.
oh,
Dexterity with a difficulty of what? 13?
13.
Uh-huh.
wow.
Benji, so close and yet so far.
Wait, he got a fabulous point. He can push if he wants.
Use an IP point? No, I can't use an IP point. I don't have fabulous points. I'm
That's a
sorry.
Fabula point.
You should have. We saw a villain.
Oh yeah, you got
Oh,
another
good?
one. Yeah.
So go ahead and give yourself a fabulous point, spend it, and go ahead and push. Even better. All right. Benji, Luca, both of you kind of stand back. You're going to see that as Dee and Amelia are walking, you're going to see a group of these individuals, these ne'er-do-wells, kind of detach themselves and walk over towards Amelia as well as Dee. You're going to see that they have weapons and they're armed, and they kind of begin to approach, crossing that distance between themselves and Amelia and Dee. And you see that one of them, a younger individual, about 20, he has some hair on his chin. You'll see that he has kind of like this eccentric hairstyle on his head, and you see that he has this jacket that only covers that he's wearing, but he has no shirt underneath, kind of showing off his chest. And you see that he has what looks like a metal rod that he hangs over, or he kind of puts over his arm, and he walks over and he's like, hello, what we've got here? What are you two doing here?
Nothing you'd be interested in.
Well, I'm interested in all the things that are happening around my neighborhood, and you seem to have just wandered in.
We're looking for work. No, any?
You see that he cocks an eyebrow. Work? Here? With us? He looks back towards his group, and he turns back, and you see him with like this really wicked smile playing upon his face. Whoa, we don't need work. We got all the workers we need.
Could always use 2 more. You know how the world is.
All right. So this is going to be between Amelia and Dee. Do a group check. You guys will do willpower. I'll let you decide what the other attribute's going to be. The DL for this is going to be 10 all around.
If you do
Or-
might for the second one, it would just be kind of like to be intimidating, and that
Yeah.
would work for me because I got the
That's
D10.
my exact thought process.
Yeah.
I already had willpower and might selected.
Do you want to go ahead and start it?
Yes. Give me 2 moments. I want to make sure I'm doing it right.
No worries.
10.
So Luca and Benji, as they're doing this, your characters are kind of off in the distance. You haven't been seen yet. At any point, you can jump in and reveal yourself, but it all depends on you how you would like to approach this.
Hey.
Benji turns over to Luca and be like, I think we should stand back a little bit and just observe.
Hey.
Hey.
I believe you are right, Benji. The ladies do have it well in hand.
Yes.
You see that the you see
Benji goes to Luca. Yes, you're right, Luca.
All of a sudden, Fabula Ultima turns into a harem anime.
no. At that point, I'd be like, yeah, sorry. I got this is my station. I gotta get off. You're going to see that the man goes ahead, and you'll see that he licks his lips, looking at Amelia and then towards D, and then kind of gazes at D for a moment, and then turns his attention back to Amelia, and you'll see that he's just kind of like looking towards Amelia, and he's just like, you know, I guess the Dollins could use a few more hands. So, what's your name? You look rather familiar.
Riley. And I don't think I've seen you around before.
I bet you have. With a face like mine, you must remember. You see, he grabs his chin and he's trying to make himself, like, peacock himself here.
Oh, wait. I do remember where I've seen you before. Face down at the back of a dive bar bathroom.
Jesus.
You see that he
just
goes
nods
ahead?
in approval, just like.
You'll see that the rest of his group kind of goes ahead and starts smirking and laughing, and he goes ahead and he thinks about it for a moment, and he shrugs his shoulder. He goes, "You're probably right about that, but it's nice to be remembered." All right,
In a sense.
I'll take you in to see the Dollins. Now you come and follow and be nice. Then he turns over towards D, and he kind of like looks at her for a moment, and he goes, "Just make sure this one doesn't snap at anyone."
They only bite on command. Don't worry.
And with that, they begin to lead both of you into the building, what is known as the Namu. Luca and Benji, though, are going to be able to navigate, kind of moving through the shadows, keeping a distance close enough that should anything befall Amelia and Dee, they will be able to interact. But at this point, they begin to follow, trying to keep their presence as little prominent within the scene as you guys begin moving towards Namu. And so we are going to call it a session there. I think that's a nice resting spot as you guys are going to be moving to Namu, and you're going to be going into your second dungeon. Yay!
Sweet. Cool.
Guys, I feel like that's mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Wow, that was cool.
That was smooth.
I was saying to Jarn on the break, it was nice having a little bit more of like a low-key session because we've had a few really action-y sessions, so it was a nice balance of what we've had. That was great.
Yeah.
I get really cocky when I'm in a British accent for some reason.
Cockney.
When I get cockney, suddenly I know exactly the right words to say.
Dangerous. It's that accent swagger.
Yeah.
So, Jarn, my good man, did we happen to get any XP today? I know it was quieter.
You always get XP, but let's see if you get additional. Oh gosh, yeah, I think you're gonna get some additional XP.
I spent as many Fabula points as I could.
I kept rolling.
Hey!
I'm sorry.
All right, you would have gotten your XP. I think you got experience for
Didn't
Fabula points.
automatically do it for me.
I don't know why that doesn't happen for you. It should though.
So I'm
It didn't
giving
for me
myself
either.
10. It should have for you.
Yeah, you
You
should
were
be going
awarded.
up to 9 and I believe 3.
Oh,
You guys should be at 9-3.
Sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
9-3? Okay.
Yeah.
I think
So 9.
I think I'm gonna bump Arcanist up 1.
But before we get into the details of building up our characters and whatnot, I think you should close this out, as it's the due for Luca as he sets everything on flames and destroys us all.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. This episode is going to be on YouTube as well. I hope you're really liking this kind of new direction we're taking as a podcast. We're planning these smaller arcs. I've already started thinking about what we're going to be doing in 2026. We have a lot more of Fabula Ultima Echoes, though, for you. We'll be going through the end of the year. Our next episode will be, let me double check, just so I don't say it wrong. Our next...
And so he manages to say it wrong anyways.
I probably will. That's the sad thing.
Don't be mean to him.
He's being honest. It's fine. Our next episode will be October 10th, 8 p.m., where we will be infiltrating a gang cartel thing, causing a ruckus, and maybe lighting some matches. We'll see. Who knows? This might end up a harem anime by the end anyway.
Ooh.
And remember, always do it with a ruffian attitude.
And don't
Do it with
implicate
a
yourself in the
ruffian
murder.
attitude. And don't implicate yourself in the murder.
In the murder.
Always
The
have
murder.
always have an alibi. Always. For everything.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good night.
Bye.